Ghouls? On my ship? What are they doing here? Are they come to talk us out on meeting with DJ Grooves? Because that's what we're going to do in this episode. Hi guys, welcome back. Scatlink here, and we're off for more of A Hat in Time. In the last episode, we learnt the secrets of Subcon Forest and the past of the Snatcher. And Queen Vanessa, which is our last contractual obligation that we need to take out. Never go to a place unless you know what you're doing. And now we know the history. Apparently they had a bit of a falling out and they both became corrupted. That's something to look forward to, but we have stuff to look forward to in this area. First of all, we want to go immediately talk to the band that's just appeared out of nowhere and find out why they have flown the coop and came here.
Hey there, we're the Express Band, just a bunch of owls that got together to play music while riding the conductor's Owl Express. Is it okay if we practice here? In exchange, if you have any song requests, we'll be happy to play whatever you have in mind. Want to swap out some of the music you hear in the different chapters? Or want to hear us practice?
He actually references all the areas as chapters, breaking the fourth wall a little bit there. It's like you're a feature. That's exactly what this is. In the last episode, we got a remix, and this is exactly what it allows you to do. It allows you to swap out the remixes that you have collected and apply them to the different levels that they are for, really. Since we only have the one remix, of course, we're only going to get the orchestral remix of Mafia Town right here. Yeah, quite epic. However, there's something else that these guys will actually allow us to do if we talk to them again.
Want to swap out some of the music you hear in the different chapters? Or want to hear us practice?
Play me a tune.
Alright, listen up. This one's fresh from the moon. The Lazy Paw Gang really knows how to write some wild, swinging jazz.
Alright, I'm pretty sure this music doesn't actually play at any point during the game. Kids dancing, of course. Yeah, when you ask them to play a tune, there's not really a sound test in the game per se, but they're basically able to play songs throughout the entire game. Either ones that you hear during normal gameplay, in cutscenes at the start of the game, where, you know, you just start up your save file, or, you know, just music that's not actually heard in the game at all, and I believe this is one of those tracks. Let's see what else we can get.
Alright, clean your ears. We heard this in a distant desert village. It sounds a lot like bubblegum.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this tune doesn't appear in the game either. Sounds like something out of Shantae Half Genie Hero or Axo F from the Crazy Frog. Who remembers that? Can we get a costume of the Crazy Frog?
Alright, listen to this one. It's a new tune we're working on.
This sounds like straight out of Mario Party. And it also sounds like a faster version of what we hear during the credits when we complete a movie. So yeah, that's pretty much the reason why I wanted to get a remix, to make those guys show up, because in not casual playthroughs, they may not show up at all, because you may not be handing in tokens. Actually, how many do I have right now? I have 5. We could give it another spin later on. For now, though, it's actually time to continue on with what we need to do. We have more than 150 ponds in order to do the next mission. Let's go do it. The Big Parade. DJ Grooves as the stylish mentor, Little Girl as the parade marshal, and the Moon Penguins as the hungry public. It's the final movie that we need to record for. Let's go do it. And this is one of my favourite artworks of the entire game, and it's actually used for the official soundtrack, which is pretty cool. The streets are flooded with people, or penguins, or anything else for that matter. Yeah, I'm going to actually get suited up for this. Let's go Captain of the Sea, because we don't really need to be Nico anymore for this. In fact, let's get our best top hat on as well. So yeah, we start next to the gambling eggs, but there's really not really else that you can really do in this mission. We're not going to be grabbing any collectibles in this episode. Oh, and by the way, I want to swap out the hookshot badge for the no bonk badge. That is really essential. Not required, but essential to minimize screw-ups, because you do not want to land in the audience throughout this entire mission. If you do, you're going to lose out on an achievement, and you'll have to hit the restart in order to reload the mission and try again. So be careful on where you jump, which is not going to be easy. And if you've missed any collectibles around here, it's the good time to pick them up is now, because you're not exactly under a time constraint, and we'll get into that in just a moment. For now, though, let's talk to our contact.
Hello, darling. Welcome to the largest studio set you'll ever see. We're about to start recording The Big Parade, the movie that'll take the breath away from audiences worldwide. You'll be the star, as always. For this movie, we'll need to use our special prop. It'll pop out at the very end. But wait, darling. Your current outfit really isn't fit for the parade. Can you go over there and get dressed?
What? In front of like hundreds of thousands of people that are around here, and these owls, strangely enough, yeah, they stand out quite a bit. But yeah, thankfully it's instantaneous, because otherwise that would be a little bit creepy. We've got the parade hat, the leader that this town needs. It's pretty much another rental, and it also acts as similar to Hat Kid's hat. It pretty much focuses on that. Not really helpful. You can swap out your other hats as well, and you do get a nice spiffy costume to go with, which looks absolutely adorable as well as amazing. But, you know, you don't really need to swap your hats, and I recommend that you don't, because the sprint hat's not really going to help you here, and neither's any other hat for that matter. Unless you have, you know, hats that give you some airtime, but at the same time, yeah, that's not going to be helpful, and we'll see why.
You look great, darling. Don't worry, this movie is really easy. Keep moving around and the band will follow you. Just don't bump into them. And keep an eye out for goodies. The audience loves a good parade and will throw treats your way if you get near them.
Keep that in mind if you want a good score or you require health.
The parade lasts a while. Nothing you can do to speed it up. We'll let you know once we've got enough footage. Don't lose spirit.
That's easier said than done.
Good luck, darling.
Get ready. Go!
Tell me that doesn't sound ripped out of Donkey Kong... no, Diddy Kong Racing, excuse me. Donkey Kong 64? No, that's the wrong one. That's a collectathon. The other one's a racing game. Which I guess is a collectathon as well. So as soon as we start, we're basically doing Cosmic Mario from Mario Galaxy 2. The owls are going to be following your every move, so you need to keep moving. And at random points, at random times, in random locations, every time you play the mission... At certain intervals during the level, these penguins will pretty much be wanting to chuck you emblems that will boost the ratings of this mission, which is obviously what we need to do in order to get past the Battle with the Birds. And if you want a good score, you need to grab every emblem. If you don't make it in time, that emblem is going to be gone. I can average about 6. You do not need to grab them all. It's most of the time not possible to grab them all. And yeah, this music sounds so much like Banjo-Kazooie or Conker's Bad Fur Day. Let's give it a quick listen.
It's time to turn the heat up in this movie.
That's pretty bad, I'm in midair.
Darling, can you turn on the pyrotechnics?
Alright, so we're on the second phase of the mission, effectively. We're in a bit of a downtime. Yes, the movie doesn't... Oh my god, that was close. If I hit the audience, I would have had to... How did I manage that? Oh my god, I'm actually underneath. Okay, I'm going to have to pause. Because I hit the audience, I'm not going to get the achievements. I'm going to hit the reset, so I'll come back into right after he asked to do the pyrotechnics. But what I was going to say was, try not to jump between the intervals, and we'll get into why that isn't just a moment when I get back to this point. 2 right next to each other? Are you kidding me? Wow. And this one's right over here. So yeah, when it comes to this part, as you see, they're a bit random. Notice the icon in the bottom of the screen that's filling up blue? That's our time limit for this segment. I just skipped that because we already heard that. Now, like I said, this part is downtime. Notice that the icon at the side is pretty much or the meter on the side, excuse me, is our progression for this mission. I don't think that used to be there on earlier versions. I got stuck on it. Yeah, when you whack those dials in order to turn on the pyrotechnics, you can actually get stuck on them, so be careful. You could even get stun locked and die. And as I was saying, when you because the icons are random unless you're not going for them, you still have to keep moving. So there's a bit of a random generatedness to it, and it kind of changes your route. And you got to pretty much be careful where you jump, because once we activate the pyrotechnics for the next time limit, which is going to be a lot longer than the first one, you see these lights as well as these little dots on the corners of some of these roofs. You don't want to be standing on those platforms once you've activated the pyrotechnics, because at certain intervals, the pyrotechnics will activate as such. Notice that the penguins are flapping when they go off. They're not going to get hit because they're basically hovering, which penguins shouldn't be able to do, but there you go. But we can't do that. We will get hit if we land on them. And this segment, as I said, is a lot longer. We won't be able to grab any more emblems until halfway through, where we get a little bit of an additional drum roll. But we're pretty much halfway through the mission at this point. Like I said, it's like very short in terms of its overall length, but it can take a while if you mess up and stuff, which right here is actually kind of bad right now. There we are. Thankfully I have the no bulk badge, so I'll be able to recover myself if possible. That was bad timing. I was hoping I could have bounced on a penguin. And by the way, you're on the moon, so your jumps are a little bit floatier once again, like the last time we were here, but that could either be a blessing or a curse, because you could overshoot or undershoot, depending, because you're used to the normal jump mechanics. And yeah, there's an icon over there if I want to go grab it and get a good score. I don't really need to, because here's the thing, with DJ Grooves' missions, I always tend to get more points than anything else. This is bad. Oh, someone wants to give us a pond. I'll need to go back over there to get that, because I'm quite low on health right now. I'm about to run out of time though, so I've got to make sure I'm not in mid-air. When in mid-transition, I'm going over here for this one. Got it.
This movie needs more action! Darling, turn on the cannons for the big fireworks show!
Okay. Problem with that. We got 3 to activate yet again, and for some reason the meter isn't actually showing that I've got to activate 3, even though that should be the case. Luckily it was right next to one. But did you see that? That one just tried to shoot homing rockets at me, even though it wasn't activated. For whatever reason, they not only move and shoot when they're not activated, but when they do shoot their fireworks, they home in on you. Is there something you want to tell me, DJ Grooves? Have you found out I'm working for the conductor as well, and therefore you want to kill me, even though I'm the star of your show? These zip lines, by the way, even though you're supposed to snap onto them, I don't always do so. And that could be pretty judgmental too, jumping into the audience below involuntarily, excuse me. Involuntarily, I don't know how you pronounce it, but that was close, actually. They can knock you flying if they hit you, and you could go right into the audience and you would lose the opportunity for the achievement, and you'll have to go all the way back through it again. Alright, that's the no bonk badge right there. And we've got one more to activate. And it's just right over here, so let's just hope I do not get hit while I'm trying to do this. Okay, this is about to go off. That's bad, that's bad. Get over here. There we are. Hit the button. Oh boy. Those rockets almost hit me, but they de-rendered because I went to the next phase, which is very nice. So yeah, the gears that you have to hit for the pyrotechnics, as well as the cannons, aren't randomly generated in their location. Oh no! Why did I not bounce on those little zip lines? I know you can. Oh, look at that. How convenient. Happens after the fact. And that was just rude. They shoved me into the audience. Oh, that's a shame, because like we're literally a third way from finishing the level. I'm gonna have to do all this again. At least I'm getting ponds for this. Okay, I think I'm going to start talking here again. Here's one of the best things that you can do to wait out the time. Just go around in circles on a building. Problem is, because of the cannons at this point, that's probably not a viable option right now. And about the difficulty, the penguins tend to drop more health the more times you fail, or the more times you quit a level, because that's kind of like similar to how Spyro difficulty is scaled.
Time to release the parade surprise. Grab it, darling!
It's also the same in bosses as I mentioned before with the Mafia boss. But yeah, this can take a lot more. I'm actually up to 21 minutes in recording right now, and that almost smacked me right in the face. But I'm going to grab this right now, and that's an achievement right there. Is this going to break? No, this did not break this time. I couldn't fix it last time, so I had to leave it as it was. But for some reason it was... I just saw the cannon I just saw those rockets just de-render. Interesting. Alright, well... That's the last movie, and I grabbed about 7 emblems. No, I grabbed 8 emblems that time. That's the best score I've actually ever had. And if you game over mid-mission, just like before, the ponds that you've collected to go to the score do not count. Only the ones up to you being alive and finishing it is the case. And that is ridiculous, and that's another achievement right there, fueling the feud. So that is 2 achievements that we've just gotten right there. And at 22 out of the 40 hourglasses we need to go collect. That is ridiculous, but we're not even done yet. We've still got a few more things to do. Before we do, though, I want to give a little whirl on the, actually, shall I say that for next episode? Yeah, I'll say that for next episode. We'll go give the, the Rift Roulette a whirl in the next episode. Mainly because we'll be able to get more tokens beforehand. So then we can give more spins, because we're like 1 coin away from 2 spins. So that's that mission complete. We've got another time rift! It looks like we're not going to go to the finale right now, which just became available. We'll get into that a bit later, but as I was saying before, notice that I always tend to get the most amount of points with DJ Grooves, even if I grab all of the tokens, all of the emblems, excuse me, all of the evidence, as well as many ponds as I can muster. I always tend to get more on Picture Perfect, just because there's a lot more ponds in the area, and there's like only 6 emblems instead of 2, but they just tend to give more points. It's kind of crazy in that regard. Same for Train Rush. The most of the points you get from that is having a highest time limit, so you want to get every clock, as well as every money pond as possible, before reaching the end, so you have the most time, and because there's no emblems to actually collect in that level, and yet there's another 8 in Big Parade, which is really the only method on actually getting points in that mission compared to Train Rush, which is time. But considering that's a time-based level and it ticks down, but you don't lose the points from the emblems you collect unless you die mid-level and you start at the previous phase, there's literally no way you're not going to be able to get enough points to beat the conductor. In fact, getting the most points of the conductor is actually more challenging. But we got to take out that blue time rift. Where is it located? In the parade. Well, we've just done the parade. You can actually go into Pixar Perfect and jump onto it, but, you know, since it's part of the parade and the time rift's actually related to that as well, we're going to hop back in here. Okay, from starting off, for some reason that's not the right hat. I want that one, thank you. I guess it switches because I had a rental that kind of overwrit it, and since that's gone, it goes back to the basic. From here, I want to go straight from to DJ Grooves, and then just jump to pretty much where we did the Gordon Ramsay joke, I guess. There we are. Takes a little bit. And just like the level we just entered, you want to get moving. We've got, well, we just get put straight into the costume, but without the hat for some reason, and you need to be moving immediately. Yes, it's a Super Mario Sunshine level, but with the Cosmic Mario gimmick, so it just gets more and more Mario as we go, but at least we get the nice outfit once again, all nice and spiffy. The controls, but no, not the controls. The camera seems to lock up here for some reason, so thankfully the camera kind of pans around to give you a bit of a angle. Yeah, we got cookie platforms. If you wondered why Hatkit always had a cookie in her mouth while when entering a time rift, like in the loading screen, well, it's because they appear as similar to donut platforms, similar to the red blocks that we've already experienced, but oh jeez. I actually almost took full damage there. Thankfully for the hover badge, I didn't. But yeah, unlike the red blocks that just fall when you land on... Oh dear, hang on, I forgot to pop on the hookshot badge. I'm a motor mouth right now, I can't talk fast enough and the stuff's happening. You need the hookshot badge. Equip that before you enter, because you kind of need it to make some of the harder jumps, unless you're really skillful making jumps. And the cookies do disappear after a while after jumping on them, unlike the red blocks that just fall immediately upon landing. Right, finally got that out of the way. We gotta keep moving, and so far through going through this... Oh, can I cheat this out, please? Yes! I always wanted to do that. Sometimes you get pushed off away from it before it goes up, and then you have to go back around and do it anyway. But the gimmick for this not only is like the owls following you, your every move, no matter how fast you move, while going through this time rift, you've also got to hit these switches in order to manipulate the level so you can actually make progression forward to the time rift, which is at the... Oh no, I don't have the bump badge anymore. I just swapped that for the hookshot badge. To be honest, you only need it for that one hook. Well, you do have other hooks, but you can void out here and get spawned back to this point, so that's not a big of an issue. But there's actually something that I need to bring up if you get a... Well, if you lose all your health and basically die in a time rift or in any level that has checkpoints. It will still respawn you at the checkpoint when you game over, but the level itself will reset. So like all these buttons that we're pressing, they would all be reset if we like die, like run out of life out of the 4 that we have. But we would still spawn at the previous checkpoint, so that's kind of weird, and I don't know why that's done. I would expect to redo the entire level, but there you go. Right, Oh yeah, that's something I forgot to talk about. That just messed me up. I just pulled back on the analog stick during a belly slide. It makes you hop out of it. That's never messed me up before until just then, because I tried to pull back from a thing because I kind of did it at the wrong time. But yeah, in an update that's been made so that you would come to a complete stop by pulling back if you didn't want to actually do a sliding dash. Hug me! Alright, so at least we get one roll here. What am I after? I'm still after 1, maybe 2 dies. Can I get the die I want? Well, that's the hat that I wanted last time. Screw it, I'm going to take it. The reason why I wanted this hat before is because this hat is affected by die from the core game upon launch. And for some reason it's see-through from that angle, even though it clearly wasn't as we saw it spin. The original ice hat isn't affected by dye, this ice hat is. And this is what I used in order to do the Nico cosplay, because it actually had the ears. Yes, the ice hat had the ears as well, but it wasn't affected by dye before. This was, so this was my go-to hat for it. That's why I wanted this hat, but since the ice hat got affected by dye, I don't really need to worry about that. But I think we're going to be becoming Nico yet again. And with that, we are almost done. So we've got the hat equipped. Let's swap back to Margin of the Night. And there we go. Now our cosplay is truly complete. If you're not playing the latest version, or if you're playing the modding support beta version for whatever reason, I don't actually think that exists now anymore, now I think about it. This was originally how I made the cosplay in the first place. It'd be nice if someone could actually make the hat in order to, you know, match up with Nico's design entirely. But this is as close as you can get in the main game. You just need the flare. But, you know, since the update now, you don't need to do that. And I keep reiterating it, so I'm going to stop sound like a broken record, and I'm just going to go back to this. Alright, so with that, I think we're going to go back to the Captain of the Sea for now. And I think it's time to go into the final mission. Complete this level. Yeah, I know, we're coming up to time, but I have a lot to cut out. So, here's the thing. Award ceremony. Celebrate. You did it. 5 stars, new female actor, excellent. Nothing untoward here, surely. In terms of legal status. We're winning with DJ Grooves by a landslide. If you press the A button now, DJ Grooves has the high score. Confirm him as the winner. This is your chance to back out if you want to change who's going to get locked in as the winner. And this will decide the level onwards. Even though it doesn't look like we have a lot to do. Since the conductor has the least amount of points, if you really want him to be over DJ Grooves, unless you've given him too many points that it's not actually feasible, because I don't actually think it is now. I mean, look at that, 288. And that was while collecting a couple of the clocks. I mean, if I grabbed every clock, maybe I could get it up to the 400s. But that's not going to overtake the 2 800s that we have with DJ Grooves. But if you didn't grab many points to DJ Grooves in order to make the conductor viable, because he's definitely the hardest to actually get up there, yeah, kind of difficult. But this is basically your chance to replay the missions, do as well as possible, get the high score, and yeah, just lock them in as the winner. But I don't think I'm going to be able to lock it in because I've got the best score possible that I've ever had on Big Parade. And I got a decent score as well with Picture Perfect, so I got the one in the Pong Cluster. So yeah, I think I'm just going to lock it in. His dancing is kind of obnoxious. Are you sure you want him to win? Well, the conductor was trying to kill us, so I think it's worth. But why do we have another mission? Don't we have all of the timepieces and we're just in a black void? We actually do have walls, though. If I go back far enough, we actually do have walls. But, yeah, this looks pretty odd. And we also got some very light jazzy music. But, yeah. I guess we'll go see how his celebration's going. You got a very small audience here. Then again, it's probably just your crew. Having a celebration with your gold trophy. Where's my payment?
Thank you, darling. Thank you. You secured our victory. We won the annual Bird Award trophy. The conductor is probably awfully sour from his second loss ever. But don't worry, he'll come around. Anyway, we're all done here. No more movies until next year. Since you're so eager to get your hands on them, you can take my final movie prop as your last movie star payment.
Hang on a minute.
What? thought you were expecting something crazy to happen? Nonsense, darling. Nonsense.
He has another one? DJ Grooves had about 3. The conductor had 2. And no matter who we get to win, they give us another timepiece. But how do they have another timepiece in their stash? We got the one from the conductor because he had 3 when we broke in. We got 2 from his movies, and the 2 that DJ Grooves had, we got as well. So where did this 3rd one come from? Maybe it fell during the movies, perhaps in between when we were in Subcon Forest. Well, you know what? We'll take it. It's ours. We didn't get the achievement for completing all chapters of the Battle with the Birds. Normally, when you get an achievement for completing every act, it's because you grabbed every timepiece in that chapter. We've grabbed every timepiece in this chapter, and that includes all the time rifts, but we didn't actually get the achievement? Maybe it was a bug. And the music sounds a bit odd here. Doesn't sound normal. That's probably nothing. Oh! I didn't know this actually worked. I thought this was a set piece. Hello?
The annual Good Movie Award was rigged. It was an inside job. The winner knows about the power of the timepieces. He's been keeping one, and he's gonna break it. The truth lies buried underneath Deadbird Studio. What goes on in Deadbird Studio when no one is around? Know the color I'm missing, Lassie?
Lassie? Conductor? Is that why the music's weird? We're not done here? We're not working for you anymore. We did our part. We've done our contractual obligations. We still got one to do in the other place, but there's an exclamation mark at Deadbird Studio even though we've already completed the area. Same with the award ceremony. I think we're going to check that out in the next episode, guys. So, in next time, I guess we've got one more timepiece to secure before they abuse its power. The conductor was the one phoning us up. So, is it DJ Grooves? Did he have yet another one stashed within him? I guess we'll find out in the next episode. See you guys then.